Hello, so today for my DMs, daily moments or motivations, let's talk about some boundaries. Coincidentally, I'm working on a book with a co author, Mr. Al Reese, and we're working on a book called Making Boundaries. And after that, or as a spin off to the book, we're going to be putting together or start where I've already done the workbook for it, and it's a relationships workbook because we fail to make boundaries. I don't know if it's due to us being fearful that the boundaries will hurt people or fearful that they won't respect that there is now a boundary. Whereas we have allowed people, individuals, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's at church, whether it's at home, in relationships, even sometimes with our exes, ex-spouses, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, anything with the subtext of or pretext of ex, we have allowed them to run amok in our lives. We have allowed them to get away with things and do things and say things and go places and overstep their boundaries because we've never drawn the imaginary line or pinpointed that there were any boundaries. So they got so used, or he or she got so used to the normal status quo of I can do whatever I want. Oh, they want mine, she want mine, he want mine, they don't care. We've been together and we've known each other so long, so it's okay, it's fine. Well, guess what? It's not fine. Because the long run is without the boundaries, we are allowing ourselves to stay in this imaginary relationship, even long after the relationship has ended, or that there has been a separation, or even that you've outgrown that person, or that person has outgrown you. Your season and your time in their life has been up, or their season and time in your life has been up, but we've allowed them to just continue on dragging through our life and on our journey of life, that we aren't leaving room for the person or the people that need to be in that position that they're in because we've never drawn any boundaries. Like, for instance, some ex-husbands or ex-wives feel that they can still go to their ex-spouse's home and raid the refrigerator or come at all hours of the night or call at all times of day and night that they want to, and think that that's fine, that's okay. Because as far as they're concerned, you haven't told them not to, so you don't have a life. And they are more than free and willing to invade and continue to keep raising havoc and disturbance in your life because you have not said, don't do that, or that's no longer allowed, or that's no longer your place or your space to invade or be a part of. So my suggestion would be is definitely you want to set boundaries. And then here's the thing about boundaries when you set them. When you set the boundaries, because people don't like change. We don't like change. And to where we're kicking and screaming some people about the change, because why does it have to change? Because they don't see that it's not making your life any better, or that it's maybe making you uncomfortable, or that it's stopping you and putting a limit or boundary on your life. But they're happy because it's not hindering them. It's not having them to alter or do anything other than what they've always done in your life and around your environment. So why change? So they're going to go kicking and screaming. Some people you will even stop hearing from because they'll stop talking to you because you think you're all that, or because now you have a limitation, or because they can't just have their way the way they want to. But the process of growth is change. And so the setting a boundary sets some changes. It says you no longer can cross this area of my life. Where this begins, you ended. And I need you to know that. Or your responsibility stopped here. Or it's no longer your concern who I'm dating. It's no longer your concern with where I work, how much I make, what I'm doing with my money, what am I doing with my time. That's no longer your business. And they want to stay in your business. Matter of fact, they want to be your business and nobody else. So it's also hindering you with finding the right person for you because you have not set those boundaries. You have not said, okay, thank you for your time. We are now officially divorced. And you would think they would get that when they see you signing the dotted line for the divorce papers. Or you would think that they would get that, or the connection would be made when they no longer have access to just unlock the door and come in your home because they don't have a key anymore. or they can't just drive your car. And some people, if you don't set boundaries, will even interfere in your marriage and create havoc and confusion and arguments and discord in your marriage. Why? Because you and your spouse have not set any boundaries together that you both agree upon, and you have not set boundaries with your family and your friends and your exes and whatever other relationships you've had, that before it was okay for them just to invade your space. It was okay for them just to use your name or use your credit or use your phone or borrow money and don't pay it back. They don't understand now that there's a new normal standard for your life. So boundaries need to be put in place. Because if you never set boundaries, you're never going to be happy in your life, because those boundaries and those areas that are off limits to them, they'll continue to think there are okay for them to have. So think about those boundaries that need to be set. And I'm sure you've thought in listening to me today, at least one person you definitely know, 3 boundaries that you should have been set with them years ago. So I tell you today, or I suggest to you today, that you write those 3 boundaries down, convey it to those people, let them kick and scream as much as they want, but at the same time, allow you to be you and be free and be happy. Set those boundaries, make them, stick to them. Because if you keep pushing back the boundaries because they keep pushing that boundary line back to allow them to have more access other than the boundary you originally set, then you might as well not set any boundaries. So your boundaries need to stay etched in that stone or on that paper and conveyed to them the way that is going to work for you. And they need to make that adjustment. So make some boundaries. It's okay. I give you permission to make some boundaries so that you can live your life happy, free, and for you.